Conservative Party Conference, I think sometimes one of the problems with our fringe events is that we all end up agreeing on the panel. So I want to start off by saying something that actually disagrees with something you said, Jemima. Because you said this isn't a one religion issue, this is a cross-religion issue. But actually, I think we need to be really honest with ourselves. The only reason we are talking about blasphemy today is because of Islam. Because there are some Muslims, not all Muslims, who want to have special protections for their religious beliefs. And there are lots of activist groups who are working very hard at the Labour Party to get them those protections. And I think that's wrong in a free society. And I think the reason we are even discussing it is because with some of those activists, there is obviously political menace for the government because the Labour Party is now confronted with the rise of the independent Gaza candidates who are now increasingly trying to organise as a political party. But there's also an underlying threat of violence, and there's a sense of fear. And we see that with the teacher from Batley who remains in hiding, the boys in Wakefield who were threatened with their lives after a Quran was scuffed. And we see it with the prosecutions of the two people who have desecrated Qurans in public as an act of protest. And this is obviously related to the sort of broader extremism that we worry about with Islamism in our society, which is also connected to the act of terrorism that we saw half an hour up the road in the synagogue in Manchester last week. And I don't think we do ourselves any favours by pretending that that's not the case. Now, emphatically, this is not about all Muslims, it is not about Islam itself. When we talk about Islamism is different to Islam, but there is no point pretending that Islamism is not of Islam. And we need to be able to discuss these things. So you sometimes see people justifying acts of violence or harsh punishments against people who blaspheme or become apostates or whatever, referring to the Sunnah, the body of Islamic law. And there are hadiths that are quoted to justify acts of violence, so-called sayings of Muhammad. There's one that says, "The gates of paradise are under the shadows of the swords." Another says that Muhammad said, "The hour will not be established until you fight with the Jews, and the stone behind which a Jew will be hiding will say, 'O Muslim, there is a Jew hiding behind me, so kill him.'" Now, those hadiths are sometimes of dubious origin, and lots of Muslim scholars say they are not accurate. But we need to be able to discuss these things because they are used as justification for violence.